How's it going, everybody? Welcome to We Do Tech. Now today we kind of have a first here because this is our first smartwatch that we're going to take a look at, and it is the Huawei GT2e. Now it is probably more of a fitness smartwatch really, and I am not necessarily the most active person, but it's still nice, it still looks really good, and maybe it'll get me a bit more active in the future. For the face of the GT2e, it is an AMOLED HD touch screen with a rounded edge with two physical buttons on the side, one being your home button and the other one being a shortcut button that you can assign different commands to. The build quality is also very premium and does feel solid. It does have a damage-resistant glass on it, but I'm not exactly sure if it's actually Gorilla Glass or not. And I did find that the sample that we have here already had a scratch on it. It is a review sample, so it has been through different hands before probably. So it's not entirely scratch-proof, so just be mindful of that if you are running through the bush. I don't honestly know. As for the included strap, it is made out of the word down here because I'm honestly not sure how to really say that, but it is a nice stretchable plastic band that is quite strong and also nice and soft. So if you do have quite a bit of arm hair like I used to have, then it won't pull on those hairs, and it actually fits quite nicely. Now you do also have a bunch of different straps you can choose from. We currently have the white version here, but you can go buy some other ones if you want to spice up your watch a bit more. And then also it does have a bunch of different adjustments, so pretty much any wrist size will work with this watch. Now, of course, the GT2e does have a heart rate tracker built in, and then also a SpO2 tracker. The heart rate is tracked with the built-in app on the watch, which you will find with a dedicated section that shows the latest minimum and a maximum heart rate for the day. You can also get them in weekly, monthly, and yearly increments if you wanted to track it over a longer period. The SpO2 tracker is a on-watch only app that you can only use by sitting still for a couple of minutes while it's trying to read. The reading isn't logged in the app either, and it isn't used as part of the sleeping tracker stats, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'm not exactly sure how accurate it is because over the few times that I've actually tried to use it, it just didn't want to work. It failed pretty much all of the time, and yeah, later on I just kind of gave up. But if it works for you, it might be a nice feature to have. Now, along with all of those, the GT2e does also pack a bunch of other features. The watch does have a built-in GPS, which is a must-have for some of these sports smart watches. It is very accurate with the GLONASS satellite support locking on quite quickly. It also features all-day fitness tracking, which is a nice offering where you can swipe across the watch to see your steps, active minutes, and also standing progress. It's not the main focus of the watch, although you do get a standing reminder when you have been sitting for too long, and that kind of reminds me I pretty much have to stand up for now. Now, the app doesn't give as much data as would be expected. However, it does log steps, distance, calories, and also your climbing data over time, but not things like total active minutes, which would have been nice. There's also a stress tracking feature called a True Relax, but keep in mind that this is an Android only feature, so yeah, for all of you Apple guys, unfortunately not for you. You will also need to calibrate it with the watch first by answering a couple of questions where your stress level will then be scored. You'll then be able to see how those stress levels are based on your heart rate variability, elevate or drop throughout the day. You can also then go into the app to see longer term trends and average stress level scores. Now, I wasn't really able to test that out completely because in the 2 weeks that I had the watch, I didn't really have a lot of stress, so it was quite a bit low for me. Now, as a smartwatch only, the Huawei GT2 does a pretty good job here with notifications being easy to read. It can be easily silenced by swiping down on the screen and then also by swiping up to retrieve them. However, notifications are a bit more on the basic side, and there's no answering, you can't quickly reply, and there's also no two-way voice calling from the watch itself, which would have been nice to have. There's also no NFC payment features here, which does put Huawei at a bit of a disadvantage compared to the likes of Apple and Samsung, although those are a bit more expensive as well. Now, there are also a bunch of different faces to choose from for your watch, which you can just go download on the app, and some of them do look actually quite nice. You have some with more information on than others, but you do have a wide variety. I currently have my It's Fine doggo on. You guys can't really see there, but yeah, there's a few to choose from to customize it to your liking. Now, unfortunately, there's no real third-party apps and services beyond sharing with the health kit and also MyFitnessPal. So that will be nice if we can get some third-party apps to enhance the experience a bit more. Now, unfortunately, only Android users are able to control their music from the watch itself. You're able to store and play music from a paired Bluetooth headset or earphones, which is nice, especially if you are going on a jog. The music is also managed via the Huawei Health app, so you'll be able to add all of your music from there. Now, as for battery life, when I received the watch, it was on 95% and it actually lasted 11 days with a bit more casual use. Now, Huawei claims that it does have a 14-day battery life, and I think if you're a bit more active, then you'll probably get around 8 to 10 days, which is quite good. But when your watch does die out on you, you are able to charge it from 0 to full in just 1.5 hours. Now, that was actually done with just a 5-volt USB port on a laptop, so it does charge quite quickly, and it's also going to last a long time. Now, as for actually how to charge it up, you will use the included charging station that just snaps onto the back of the watch with magnets. Just make sure that the copper pins does line up correctly, otherwise you might leave for a while and come back and it didn't charge at all. But also keep in mind that that is the only way to charge the watch, so if you do go on a holiday or somewhere for a long time, remember the charging station, otherwise you're pretty much out of luck. Now, for all of the swimmers out there, the GT2E does have a 5 ATM rating, which just means that it's able to sustain water up to depth of 50 meters for 10 minutes at a time. So don't fret if you do accidentally jump into the pool, or maybe if you shower with your watch, it'll be fine. Or if you do have a oddly deep swimming pool and you can hold your breath for longer than 10 minutes, then, well, good for you. So overall, the Huawei GT2E does cover a lot of features as a fitness tracker, although the apps does leave a bit to be desired. It weighs off the likes of Fitbit and Apple's activity in terms of the analysis of health and also the long-term trends. However, it's also not as expensive, with it retailing for around $120 on Amazon or 3,500 Rand here in South Africa. However, it's still very good as a tracking heart rate, sleep, and also daily activity tracker. The GPS is also very accurate, and the battery life is just good as well, 10 days. No problem. You do also lose some features if you are an Apple user, but that might just be a good thing for you to move to Android. So that's pretty much it for my look at the Huawei Watch GT2E. Actually a pretty nice watch if you are more of an active person, or if you're not, it still has a lot of features for all of your notifications, your tracking, and so on. It's a nice little watch if you are looking to pair it up with mostly your Android phone. So if you guys want to get the watch for yourself, I will leave links in the video description. And also, if you guys enjoyed this review, please like, share, subscribe, and comment like always. And then I'll check all of you next time. Cheers, guys.